guys, I have a word for someone. It's a quick word, and I actually heard this twice right before I left my house. I just want to say to you that sometimes you just have to let people think what they want to think about you and say what they want to say about you, and you can't let their opinion affect you or what they say affect you, because at the end of the day, whatever they say does not mean that it's actually true. And you have to remember, it doesn't matter who believes them. Okay, let's just say that somebody who once called you crazy is realizing now that you're not so crazy. Okay, and you just have to let people think what they want to think. God is vindicating you, and I don't know what's going on, but I know that it's vindication season. Let me tell you something. The amount of people that, like, this is after God has told me it was vindication season, but the amount of people I've been seeing being vindicated. I've been seeing people being vindicated online. I've been hearing about it in the public. I've been getting emails from people. This is indeed vindication season. Vindication season. Remember when Noah was building the ark and people mocked him and laughed at him? They may have even called him crazy and called him all sorts of names. The day of the flood, he was vindicated, because the day of the flood, he was prepared. He was prepared. And I'm pretty sure the very people that mocked him, laughed at him, and called him crazy, the day of the flood, when they saw that flood coming, I'm pretty sure Noah crossed their minds. I'm pretty sure he crossed their minds, and I'm pretty sure it started to click in their minds what he was actually doing. How many times have you've experienced something in your life, and somebody may have told you something and you may not have believed it, and then something happens, and when that situation happens, you start to instantly think back to the very person that told you about it, and then in that moment you realize then and there, wow, they were really telling the truth, or wow, I understand what they were saying now. Does not mean that you call them crazy, but what I'm saying is the revelation aspect of it. Well, there's someone having a revelation and realizing that everything that you have been trying to tell them, everything that you've been trying to warn them about is the truth. Everything you've been trying to prepare them for, warn them about, help them. You're not so crazy after all. This is a revelation that hit somebody. And just like when the flood came and Noah was prepared, something happened, but you were already prepared. God already took you out of that. God already redeemed you. God already uplifted you. You see what I'm saying? He's uplifting you again in this vindication season. He is showing people, my child ain't crazy. My child is not crazy. Everything that you mocked my child about is actually happening to you now. And I actually got a word about that because God showed me something. It was like, I'm going to just put it in this word. Actually, no, because it may not even connect. I just know I got the word at a separate time. They may connect, but what I'm going to say to you is God is vindicating you. He is vindicating your name. He is vindicating your characteristics, who you are as a person. Not only is he vindicating that and vindicating you physically, but he is vindicating your spirit. He is vindicating your spirit. What do I mean by that? There are some people who think that you may have had a bad spirit. You may have had a crazy spirit. You may have had a disturbing spirit because of the things that you may have been through, the things that you may have said, the things that you may have tried to warn people about. They may have said, oh, she or he is disturbed. He or she is crazy. You see what I'm saying? And then realizing your spirit is not crazy. Your spirit is well discerned. Your spirit is connected to God. That's what it really truly is. So he is not only vindicating you on the physical by showing people that what they thought was crazy is actually not crazy, but he is actually showing people that you are sane in the spirit as well. You are well discerned in the spirit as well. Just because you didn't see the vindication and proof then does not mean that he wasn't going to vindicate you, because he ended up doing it. Just because they never saw what you were talking about then does not mean that what you were saying wasn't true. What you were saying was true. What you were saying was true. He is vindicating people. He is vindicating. I'm seeing people being vindicated. I'm seeing it all over. All over. And he is going to vindicate you as well. Okay? And this is also another reason why when, in the moment when you're being called out as crazy, or in the moment when people judge you, or in the moment when all this stuff is going down and God tells you to wait on him, it becomes difficult, because in the process of the moment of you going through that, you start to reflect and you're like, God, are you really going to defend me? Like, I don't like being accused of this. I don't like being called this. And then as you start to move forward in life, you reflect back and you're like, man, I don't like people seeing me as this person when I'm not, right? And then in the process of you trying to heal, God is giving you the very tools, the very things that you need spiritually in order for you to grow, in order for you to evolve, right? And it's almost like the devil will try to keep you back, because the devil knows that if you are able to complete the things that God needs you to complete, or if you are able to utilize the gifts and the knowledge and the wisdom that he has given you to elevate, the devil knows that your actions alone, being obedient, is going to automatically help God vindicate you. Right? So he tries to discourage you and make you, go into depression, anxiety, sadness, in order to set yourself back, in order for you to be like, I ain't doing this. So when you set yourself back, you're unable to sit at that table that God has prepared, because whatever is being prepared on the table has to be prepared behind the scenes first. Right? So the devil will try to discourage you, because like I told you guys in the past, when God is blessing you with whatever he's blessing you with, it comes with vindication. It comes with vindication. And that's why the devil manipulates y'all to get y'all to not focus on his assignments and his tasks, because the devil doesn't want you to receive not only a reward and a blessing from God, but he does not also want you to receive vindication through your name being cleared, or your spirit being cleared, through God lifting you. So he tries to keep you in that low mindset. He tries to keep you below in order for people to not see you go higher. So this is why it's so important to stay focused. This is why, like I said, the witchcraft was turned up a notch, because people are doing whatever they can to avoid you from moving forward in order to receive your vindication. But God is vindicating you regardless of what they try to do. This is another reason why you can't let what people think, what people say, bother you, because people are very prideful today. There's a lot of people who are so prideful, they will never come to you and say, God told me the truth, God showed me the truth, or whatever you said to me actually happened. I'm sorry for calling you crazy, or I'm sorry for calling you insane, or I'm sorry for not believing you. There's a lot of people who won't do that. They won't do that. Some people won't even know they've been vindicated, because unless God tells them, because the very people that God has shown the truth and that God has let be known that you're sane to, they will keep it a secret that they've been proven wrong. You get what I'm saying? And if you're not connected to God, you may be going years, days, and months gaslighting yourself, thinking you're still wrong, or thinking that you are crazy, or thinking that you're insane because of what that person says, not realizing that everything you said actually happened. They just haven't told you. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is why it's so important to know who you are, to know thyself through Christ. To know thyself through Christ. So no one can tell you, no one can project their opinions on you. No one can allow their opinions to affect you, to dictate who you are through Christ. So I just want to say that whoever may have called you crazy in the past, or whatever they said, they're realizing now you're not so crazy at all. You're not so crazy after all. Okay. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.